You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Bold and the Beautiful fans. We have got the Wednesday, June 28th, 2023 episode information for you right here so you know what's going on B&B and you don't miss a thing. There is huge action on Wednesday, June 28th. We're ready to tell you all about it. But first, please click that subscribe button if you haven't already so you don't miss any of our Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, casting news, promos, and more. So we are going to have on Wednesday's episode Taylor and Ridge, and we are going to have a lot more of Liam and Hope. And this is huge news as two marriages are falling apart this week and into next week, and then another relationship has hit a low. So the official Bold and Beautiful spoiler for the Wednesday, June 28th episode is that Liam shocks Hope with a revelation. So you may remember that he, at the end of Tuesday's show on June 27th, that Hope was panicking when she saw that Liam's luggage was sitting there by the door. At first, she thought he was about to go on a business trip. And then she looked at the luggage tag and saw that he had been to Rome. And then things started to click for her. She started thinking about, oh, maybe this is why Liam is asking me about every single thing that happened on the trip. Liam was asking her a lot of leading questions, and he kept saying a lot of stuff about Rome being such a romantic city. And she tried to say, oh, but it wasn't romance without you, when we know that's not true. She had a very romantic afternoon out with Thomas Forrester, including kissing, hand-holding, and a lot more stuff. So the bottom line is that Liam has had enough pussyfooting around. And in the promo for this week, we see scenes that are going to play out on Wednesday when Liam says to her, I saw you two together. You didn't even try to hide it. It was out in the open. And of course, that is because he showed up at near the Coliseum, and he looked up on the balcony and he saw Hope and Thomas, and Hope grabbed Thomas and she kissed him passionately. Then she stopped, paused, stepped back, looked at him again, and then went back for seconds. So it's not like Hope can say it was just one kiss or try to excuse it. Liam saw all of her passion for Thomas on display. And then by the time Thursday rolls around, Hope is going to be crying and asking him to forgive her. And a lot of Bold and the Beautiful fans are not interested in this whole her asking him for forgiveness thing because Liam crossed lines in Italy too. Granted, he did it in a reactionary way, but it's something that he's done before. He has got this bad habit of when anything in his relationships go wrong, he runs to the other woman. So if he's with Steffy, he runs to Hope. If he's with Hope, he runs to Steffy. And he doesn't bother to finish having a conversation with the woman that he's with. He just goes and tries to kiss and get naked with the other woman. So this is a tip of the iceberg, and it's Liam's bad repeat behavior. But all he's focused on is Hope and Thomas. He can't even smell the stink of his own hypocrisy. The other big spoiler for the Wednesday, June 28th episode of Bold and the Beautiful is about Taylor not mincing words when it comes to this Brooke and Ridge reunion. So Ridge had showed up to talk to her at his office, and he told her, okay, we're back together. We're going to give forever a try and all this. And she scoffed, she mocked, and she told him that Brooke is only going to betray you again. So, and we do know that by Thursday, Taylor and Brooke are in a confrontation and they are having another fight over Ridge. So I tend to think that, and we did a special video on this, if you check out our Bold and Beautiful playlist, I tend to think that the thing that could derail Brooke and Ridge's reunion is not Taylor, and it's not his love for another woman, but it is going to be about Brooke's hatred for Thomas that causes a problem, because it looks like Liam is going to call it quits on his marriage, and I have to think that if Liam walks away from her, that Hope is going to feel free to explore this thing with Thomas, and that is going to drive Brooke crazy. her pact with Taylor fell apart in part because Taylor found out that Brooke has all this hatred in her heart still for Thomas and doesn't acknowledge that he has changed or anything like that. And once Brooke unleashed and said a bunch of nasty stuff, Taylor was horrified. Taylor didn't tell Ridge all that, but I do think if Brooke starts being really hateful about Hope and Thomas dating, if it comes to that Ridge is not going to like that one bit, and it could mess their relationship up. And so when Taylor speaks to him about Brooke betraying him, I don't think it's going to come back down to another man, but maybe it's him seeing Brooke's hatred of her stepson as a betrayal. All right, there is a lot to unpack this week. And then the other thing we have to wonder about, because spoilers going into next week, is that Ben is going to find out about Steffy and Liam's kiss. Now, the spoilers for next week have Liam making this rash decision, and I'm sure it's to call his marriage off. And then there's another spoiler about secrets from Rome explode. And the only secret from Rome that's not out yet is about the Steffy-Liam kiss. Only 2 people know about it so far, but we know that it's not going to last, and there'll be a lot more. All right, real quick, we're going to recap the 2 big spoilers for tomorrow, or actually for today's Wednesday, June 28th. Bold and beautiful episode, but if you haven't already, please reach down, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our B&B episodes, spoilers, promos, everything. So the big news tomorrow is Liam is going to throw in Hope's face that he saw her kissing Thomas, and she's not going to be able to deny it anymore, and she's just going to try and scramble and explain herself and beg him to forgive her. But at the point that Hope finds out, either from Liam or from Steffy, but probably from Liam, that he and Steffy kissed after he saw her and Thomas, that she might just have enough of this and walk away. And I think we can all cheer for that, right?
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.